Social nurse here. I think that for some people who are pro-immigration, no matter how the person enters the country, are just simply not being realistic. And I also think that they don't live in the areas that are being affected, so they can just really support immigration under any circumstances. Listen, I think that Brandon Johnson is a mess and is a horrible mayor. His rating has gone down, right? His rating, from what I read, is at 14%. And as it should be, this man, it is quite simple, in my opinion, is not listening to the people that can vote for him or that voted for him. He's listening and doing for people who aren't even eligible to vote in a United States election. And I do not believe they're eligible to vote in local elections in Chicago, New York, or some of the other sanctuary cities. Congress is going to ask him some questions, right? Now, I don't live in Chicago. I've visited Chicago several times. I have a couple of relatives in Chicago that fortunately were able to get away from some of the stuff that's going on in Chicago in nearby suburbs, right? I've also got some relatives in New York, and I am not a xenophobic person. And I used to be one of those people that, oh, immigration, let's do for other people. But I see that this is problematic, right? And unfortunately, a lot of the illegal immigrants, they don't follow the rules. They do things that we wouldn't get away with, right? And they know that. American citizens that care and that don't care about them will have to pick up the slack. Listen, Brandon Johnson is a horrible mayor in the opinion of many people in Chicago. And I can't wait to see what comes out of these questions. There's got to be a reason for this man continuing to spend all this money and just insist that the sanctuary cities are necessary. I know he did not start it, but he can be part of change, right? Right? Listen, I think that there's something more going on. One time he stood up there and talked about how his ancestors, which some of us are descendants of people that were enslaved. We're not immigrants. Our mothers, fathers, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-grandparents, and so on, did not immigrate to this country. We were here generationally because of the enslavement that took place in this country, USA, right? So not everybody is an immigrant. We've all got different things we are concerned about. Listen, this man said his ancestors went through disparities of some sort, whatever he said, to try to equate Black Americans to illegal immigrants, ethnically Black Americans, right? That is wrong. And I think that is a type of intersection that Black America, ethnically Black America, is making a mistake to always intertwine this stuff, right? It's something to think about. This man is terrible, in my opinion. He's not a good public servant because he's not serving the people that voted for him or that could possibly not vote for him again. Social nurse.